Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Bally Mons, we're going to be looking at the Lakers versus OKC playoff round 2, game 3. Just a quick preview and a prediction, and of course, talking points from game 2. Just before I get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel so far, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, I appreciate all the support. So let me just get started here. So just a quick review on game 2 before we move on to the prediction for game 3. Game 2, Lakers lost again. Lakers are 2-0 down now in this series, which is expected in my opinion. However, I felt game 2 was a winnable game, very winnable game in my opinion, because Lakers, they were down early, but in the second quarter they had a brilliant second quarter. But the third quarter they let the OKC Thunder go on a 21-5 run. It was absolutely ridiculous for me, in my opinion. Lakers couldn't buy a bucket in that run, and this is where you miss Fatty Luka Doncic. Fatty Luka Doncic is literally sitting on the sideline there. They said he's injured with his hamstring strain for the last couple of weeks. I think, in my opinion, he should have been ready. We saw Anthony Edwards literally bend his knee backwards 3 weeks ago, and he was ready a week and a half later to play for Timberwolves for a couple of minutes. And Luka Doncic has injured his hamstring for the last couple of weeks. He hasn't even got on court to start running yet. For me, that's completely unacceptable, in my opinion. Apparently, he was supposed to go to Spain for treatment, but I don't think he went to Spain for stem cell treatment. He literally went there to have time off. I think if Luka Doncic was actually healthy in this playoff, I feel like Lakers would actually give OKC a run for the money. It would probably take them 7 games for OKC to beat Lakers, or maybe Lakers might upset OKC, in my opinion. Also, the quick thing, Rui Hachimura is absolutely been on fire this playoff. Rui Hachimura has been Lakers' second best player after LeBron James. Rui Hachimura is shooting 60% from 3. I think that's the best playoff record of all time in the NBA, in my opinion. And also, Lakers starters are killing OKC starters. So the first game, Lakers starter outscored the OKC starters. The bench for OKC that won the game. This game as well, Lakers starters outscored the OKC starters by 10 points. However, the OKC bench outscored Lakers bench by 28 points. OKC again went 11 deep in this one. And Jared McCain is just killing Lakers every single time it comes off the bench. He hit like 2 or 3 threes, and then the game literally blows over, in my opinion. And just a quick thing on OKC Thunder. Usually, back about a decade ago, the big thing in the NBA was having a big 3. Nowadays, I think the big 3 in the NBA is having your 2 superstars, then obviously having a really good coach, and then having a great front office. For me, that's the big 3 now in the NBA. And OKC have gotten that right to the T, in my opinion, in terms of having your superstar, having a great coach in Mike Dugganot, and also having the front office guys who pick the draft, like the way they've drafted guys in the late second round, undrafted guys like Jared McCain, trading him for 1 second round pick, and he's absolutely making trees. What's his name, Mitchell as well. It's just absolutely fantastic the job OKC have done. For me, like I said, and also the reffing in the game 2 was absolutely terrible. One of the worst ref game I've seen, in my opinion, in the NBA. LeBron got absolutely hammered early on in the game, and the ref didn't blow it. And you could see LeBron absolutely complaining. And then one of the OKC players went down the lane and didn't even get touched. And then Lakers got blown for a foul. It was absolutely ridiculous. And then late in the game, they would have cut the lead to 7. And late in the fourth quarter, LeBron had a contact and it made the basket. It should have been an and one. The ref said, "Oh, the foul occurred on the ground and it was a side out." For me, that's completely unacceptable. Adam Silver, the head of the NBA, needs to do something about the refs, in my opinion. They're giving OKC all the calls, and OKC are allowed to get physical with players, but then when you get physical with them, you get blown for a foul. Like, for example, Lou Dort in game 2, absolutely hacking LeBron every single time, scratching LeBron, patting LeBron every single time, and then the ref don't blow it. Then when the Lakers do it back, the ref blows straight away. Completely unacceptable, in my opinion. Reeves was absolutely woeful early on. Reeves was woeful early on for Lakers. However, in the late second quarter, third quarter, he picked up and he ended up, I think it was a high scorer for this game as well. I think he got 31 points or 29 points, Reeves did. For game 3, this is the must win for the Lakers. No excuses for the Lakers. I don't care if Luke is healthy or not. Lakers have to win game 3. If Lakers lose game 3, I think they're getting swept. For me, I'm actually picking Lakers to win game 3, and I'm picking Lakers to win the next 2 home games to get the series back to 2-2 and take it back to OKC. I am not scared of the OKC Thunder anymore. I've watched the last 2 games. They're 2 winnable games. If Lakers had any sort of offensive powerhouse like Luka Doncic, I think Lakers give OKC a run for the money, in my opinion. Fai, Luka, you have to come back. I don't care. You just have to come back. I don't care. You saw Anthony Edwards bend his knee He came back a week and a half later. You've been out with a grade 2 hamstring strain. They said 8 weeks. No way you're taking 8 weeks for that. You have to come back and rush yourself back for the playoff, and you get your off-season off, in my opinion. And a quick thing on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I was I was never sold on him. However, after watching the last two games, I absolutely hate the guy. I hate Shea Gilgeous-Alexander so much. The style of basketball is absolutely disgusting as an eyesore. If you're a core basketball fan, you cannot like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, in my opinion. No matter how many points he put up, his style of basketball is absolutely ridiculous and eyesore. Simply because you see him, he always foul bait. He pretends like he likes physicality. He doesn't. When anyone touches it, he literally falls down on the ground, flops, and then he tried to yank Austin Reeves' arm in the game, and he got technical for that. And what I would also say with SGA as well is he has no iconic moment so far. His iconic moment, I think someone said, is like hitting 7 free throws in last year's final. Yeah, so he's never going to get core following fans like the superstar like Luka, LeBron, the Giannis, and so on and so forth. In my opinion, for me, now I actually hate OKC and I hate Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I cannot stand that guy. He always comes and he just stupid quotes on Instagram as well, and then they said the game was easy. The game was easy, yes, because when you went out the game, you were in foul trouble, and your team won in a 21-5 run to actually win the game. So basically, they don't need you in the team, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They can win without you. That shows to me you're not the MVP, and for me, you're not the MVP in my opinion. If your team can go on a 21-5 run without you, you're not the MVP in my opinion. That team is a well coached team, and that team was drafted really well and signed some great free agency. That's pretty much it. Please, if you made it around my video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in Los Angeles for Game 3 review. Peace out.